the honors to the apostles of great stone, and shalom to the brothers doing the work of the Lord sincerely. And in short, shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites, right? Name of the camp, here in Jamaica. With us out here again, edifying the elect, if you will, warning, warning people, and basically I tell the so-called enemy, the enemy, which is the so-called white man, that it is time, for the kingdom to go down. Right? We've been saying this over time, over a couple of years, we've been back at you and back at you and back at you. And people might say, we're like a piper, the piper that we not that arbitrate, we're like a musician, we're like no forward in Jamaica. Right? But it doesn't matter if you people, listening to us, right, or if you are take heed of what we're saying, if you believe what we're saying, the fact is that this kingdom is at an end, right? And you can tell by the things that will take place, right? From things we consider simple, such as homosexuality, right? The level of whoredom with the land fall to, right? Wickedness is just out there prompt you, right? And as brother said, it increase more and more daily, right? And these things happening is just proof that we're at the end, right? If you can recall Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, them reach their peak of wickedness, and the Lord destroy them, but more personally, right? And right now, this society, in my opinion, is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, which is right? Because back in Sodom, it was just two twin cities that were really, pushing the folly, right? But now you have an entire nation, an entire continent, plus more. We're the whole planet, right? I go with this this whole with all wickedness. May I speak name upon homosexuality and the LGBTQ into the confusion with the children and so forth. The whole world have pushed that, right? So that we get this strife less. So where does this society fall? Hey, we're at the end of this thing, We're at the total there end, Right, Doc?
This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 40.
Right.
It's as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein.
Right, because the Lord go overthrow, the Lord go overthrow this side of the world. It's the same. I mean, there are other places that go burn, because even the land of Israel itself have meet fire. Right. So you can say, if you want scale it off, you can say 66.6, so am I maths right? 66.6% of the right, 66% of the earth are gonna basically burn you. 66.6%. Right? And you might say, may I try to tie that into 666. But in truth and in fact, the scripture say he might go save a third and the elect. And a third I think we want to work out right, man. 66 point something is 2/3. Right, but that is the facts, right? The scripture says let the multitude perish then that was born in vain. Right, we know that the whole entire land of America itself is gonna burn. Right, we know the islands at Jamaica is gonna sink back under the sea, Right, these are just some of the things that are happening at the judgment.
Scripture.
Right, Doc?
Alright, this is Zechariah 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Right, it's in all the land, it's 2 parts therein. Right, so 2/3 of the whole land, is gonna get cut off, and die.
America.
Right. That is scripture say, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Right, so we're sure that destruction is coming. We're sure that majority of places going to take place in this war. We know that majority of places. We know all America are going to burn, right? We know places like Europe are going to meet fire, right? Even Russia are going to meet fire.
America fire for the missile too.
America fire for Russia, right? And who's going to survive that? Have to deal with the Lord afterward, and the Lord himself said he shall come with chariots like a whirlwind, right? And with flames of fire, So whoever escaped the turmoils of war, right, have to deal with the Lord,
Come. 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, and I will bring the third part through the fire,
Right.
and will refine them as silver is refined,
Right.
and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people,
Right.
and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashimir Shai is my power.
Right. Right. And hey, right, you can see that segregation being made, yo. Who are called upon the Lord's name? Right? The scripture talk about them who sigh and cry for the abomination take place in the city. Who you see I do that now? Right? You can see the actual civil dynamic that take place. Right? Because anybody now will look out against certain things. For example, as we mentioned earlier, the LGBTQ community. If you speak out against them, you find that YouTube with strike your channel or block your videos. Right, and depending on where you are in the world, you can meet you can come up on resistance, yo. Right? Yeah, they're alright. People talk about Obama in a high sense, some great president or whatever. But Obama visit Jamaica, and the only thing Obama could have find to talk about, right, was homosexuality. No, that's a lot about Obama. Right, look how much other things, look how many other things have faced Jamaica in terms of poverty, in terms of crime, right, the education system, right, the healthcare system. But all he could have found to talk about, to defend, was
The LGBT.
the LGBT community. Right, that's said that about Obama. So I will not praise Obama as no excellent president, yo. Right, I'll be naming him for what he is. Which is a part of the LGBTQ community.
FF flaming.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Because what man of the ruler of a city is
Yes.
day that they live.
And hey, and he define what America, yo. Right.
And this is 2 Corinthians 15 and 5. It says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and
Right.
destruction.
Right, he said the Lord said I'm gonna bring plagues upon the earth, yo. Right, I'm saying, we keep saying these things over and over to you. But you continue your lives. You go work, you go school. You go to the kitty bar, or regular bar or whatever. You continue your lives as everything is okay, right? And you find that you people are also complacent, yo. Yes. You people are also complacent. You're comfortable with the situation you're in, with the environment you're in, right? And you don't want to come out of it, right? You take your sit right now in the park and we see people are walk by and pushing baby and strollers probably like, get ice cream, right? You take all that for granted, yo, right? None of you don't out here remember the fear of the Lord,
And it's right, man.
right? You think you're just there on your own free jolly time to do whatever, right? But the Lord will remind you who he is, yo, and why he's supposed to be praised. Case in point, you people don't even respect the high holy days. Right? Furthermore, you don't know them and you don't try to know them.
Not even Christianity them don't respect them.
They make a mockery of the Most High name when he want to bring it out.
Yeah.
Because you give them the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son, then some of them turn into some different name.
Yeah, they just make fun of it, yo.
Yeah, some point they have some people that go off a shy or this or that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make mockery of the Most High name.
Yeah, the Lord said, he must not take his name in vain. And furthermore, the scripture said, for every idle word
God, exactly.
where a man speaks, back away hell against him, and it be a judgment, yo. Just paraphrasing. Right? Be held accountable. Right? So you need to be careful. Right?
It says, for wickedness art exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled. It says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Right. And you think the Lord now will answer? Right? The Lord will answer you. right? With the scripture say, with spirit make intercession, right? And with spirit, the one with spirit make intercession, the more we abhor wickedness, yo. The more we sigh and cry for the things that take place, and the more we spirit and make intercession.
God.
The scripture says, earth not the earth until the seal, the name of the servant
Before it.
for it.
Right.
Right? So the more we acknowledge Heavenly Father, the
God.
more we into this truth, right? The more we push out, wake up the brothers, right? The quicker this thing come down.
And he make a point too. He say in the scripture it say the righteous soul cry continually.
Continually, man.
And it is in a Luke speak about the unjust judge.
Right.
When it say this woman regard the Lord, come to this judge and him a big if he is my adversary.
Fortunate widow.
Yeah. See, so you got to a point where the Lord say, oh, you see me, the judge say, alright, since you are weary me and you bottom, see, me I go do it for you. You see, so he's asking what say we,
Yeah,
as men and Lord.
judge. Can't just judge do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, how about Hashem and Shine?
Hashem and
I'm
Shine.
going to do things. I'm going to feel elect.
Because you know the time when we receive say the Lord are gonna pour his great judgment on the earth, man. See? And we can see it because the signs are there. See? The signs are there. That everything are manifest. The end is manifesting day by day, man. See? We can see all the rumors, the wars and rumors of wars, as the prophecies have been speaking about. See? Look at what's going on in Crimea, in Ukraine. See? Over there in the Middle East. Right now in the land of Israel, you have the you have the Palestinian and the Amalekites are going at it, man. So-called Israelis, man, are going at it night and day. See? So all kind of different things going on across the world, man. So hey, we can see it, man. The scripture says measure out the time diligent in itself.
Okay.
See? Because we can see it that the Lord is ready to pour out his judgment upon this wicked kingdom, man. See? You have a precept?
And it's at Ezekiel 9 and verse 4 says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem,
Come.
and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Right, and thus shall you put away evil from among you.
God, which is right.
Right, and isn't that justified? Think about it. If you have a virus in your body, right, that's going around killing cells, the best you do is see the cells that have not been contaminated and get rid of the contaminated ones with the virus. Right? And that's how you survive. And that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. That's why the scripture says, he said, though hands join in hand, the wicked shall be punished. And then he said, then again it said, he said, he that them are joined unto them shall be trust true. Right, so you have to get rid of not only the virus, but the bad cells that are already infected by the virus. And that's how you cure the whole body. Right, so that's how the Lord now will cure the whole earth. Right, isn't that justified? It is. Right, so all of the cells in the body, that remain pure and that want to remain pure, don't touch them. So the Lord said, put a mark upon them that say and that cry. Right, but he said for the others, he says slay utterly old and young, mere little children, women, say spare not. Right, they said that I spare.
Neither have you pity.
Neither have you pity. Right, so don't sorry for them.
And the word mark, go back to the Hebrew word and power, which basically exempt from judgment.
Right.
Finishes. And begin at my sanctuary,
Right.
then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house.
The 2 Corinthians 9 and verse 22. He says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
Right.
See? And let my grave be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I make it perfect. Man.
Gone. Hey, me tell you this, man. Me tell you this. You see, the scripture say you're supposed to follow a multitude to do evil, right? And as the scripture says, it's saying here, no, it's let the multitude perish then. It was born in vain. The scripture also said, it's what they could have grabbed for me in the New Testament. He said, the way that leads to destruction.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Yeah, it's the reason why the Lord said that, man. And time we can see. Alright, go on.
For them. Alright, so like about that, we have a little,
Delay.
disturbance in the streaming.
Yeah?
Right, so who have a scripture for me, New Testament?
And say, Matthew, this is Matthew 7, verse 13. Enter in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way leadeth to destruction.
Broad is the way that leads to destruction. Right, go ahead.
And many there be which go in thereat.
Right, so I mean there be that go in there at, right? You see that multitude again. Right. So this so the scripture have a principle to teach you, right? That most of the time the majority is going off.
Because
Right, there's always a few a little remnant, the Lord hold back. Say something, yeah, say something.
because the multitude work off of instant gratification, yeah? Right? Them just want it now. Them not feel like them supposed to go through any struggles.
Yeah.
Right. Hey,
Hardship and the suffering.
we have more examples in the scriptures because was it which judge was it that was going to war and the Lord said, else them be proud, only take up them that lap, right, and him bring 300, right?
Supposed to be median.
Yeah, I think him them that go fight. But there are examples of the scriptures, the prophets. What is the number of the prophets compared to the people?
Yeah.
Right? What happened? How many people make it to the land of Egypt?
Land of Israel.
Israel. That versus so much come out of
Land of
Egypt.
Man.
Right? So the multitude, the Lord has never been working with the multitude. The Lord has a few. No, if I never even prove that even more.
Indeed, with him chosen, eh?
Right? Bring out St. John 9 and 17, I think.
17 and 9, I think.
17 and 9.
St. John 17 and 9, I think.
No man, not 17 and 9. Go on with me fight here for you. For that.
Okay, yeah, man. See St. John 17 verse 9.
Can?
He said, I pray for them,
Right.
I pray not for the world,
Right?
but for them which thou hast given me,
No,
for
he
they
said-
are thine.
This is Yahweh shall speak. He said in pray for
For
them.
them.
He said not for the
Not for the
world,
world.
but for them which thou hast given me. Right? So what of the world then? Is that the Lord don't care about the world? Right? Because the Lord have him elect. Right? And even though Israel is the elect nation, there is still an elect among the elect.
Said the Israel.
Right? There's still an elect among the elect, right? And that is the body of the Lord and the Spirit of the Lord that work to refine. Right?
man.
Right, as the brother bring out earlier, it said earth not the earth, not the sea, right? Until I have seen the servant of the Lord in their forehead. Right? So that is the selected few that is being refined. Right? So we personally not worried about the multitude, we understand the process. Right? We know that they need to be reset. As Esau called the great reset. Right? They need to be reset,
That's right.
Right? Then they need that this flesh that them eat now need to be, go back to the dust. Right? They spring if you go back and come back again. Right?
Brand new.
An example for bring that out, an example of that, I think the exact precept is 1 Corinthians 5, and I think it starts at verse 1, where Paul was saying that it is reported that fornication is among you, and he said, I would rather have that such an one be delivered unto Satan, right, to the seat of the spirit. So something to that effect, just paraphrasing, right? But what he was saying was that, the person took his father's wife, and by law it must be put to death. No, but Paul was saying, put that person to death, so them can be, recycled or refreshed, and come back to them right mind.
That's what it's gonna be.
Right,
and
and-
the reach of the kingdom, man.
Right.
Because Remember the Lord said, I'm going to take away with stony heart.
Can,
I'm
yeah,
going
flesh.
to heart of flesh, man.
Right, so this that's the transition we're going into now. Right? Even these bodies that we have, right, being the hopeful elect, we can't enter the kingdom in these bodies, yo.
Can,
The scripture says flesh and blood can't enter the kingdom.
can.
Furthermore, the scripture even goes far to tell you that on that day you're going to be transfigured.
Yeah.
Right, because these bodies can't inherit it, yo.
And
Right,
right, man.
these bodies are full of too much guile and wickedness, yo. Paul tell you in a Romans 7 that in my flesh there is no good thing. Right, because this flesh is literally subject unto sin, yo.
Right.
You have something for me?
Yeah, this is 2 Ezra 9 and verse 13. It's and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and
Right.
when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right, yeah,
Who's
hey, that's got scripture nail upon the head, yo. Right? You don't even concern about their punishment. Right? Furthermore, you have so-called Israelites I try to see the nations, yo.
Can.
You don't have no idea what's gonna befall you. Right, but you're out here stretching out arms to the other nations, yo.
You try to secure yourself and work out
Your salvation,
fear
and trembling.
man.
Right, you need to figure your shit out, yo. You need to figure out if you're in the right
Right.
spirit, right? Yeah, and thinking about it, that's a proud spirit, right? Cause you feel like you're there, and you can bring others with you.
Right.
Can.
No,
Exactly.
no. You don't know if you're there, yo. You
You're
don't know if
called.
you're there.
You are chosen.
Right? It's just as brother said, per scripture again. You say, oh, many are called, but few are chosen, yo. Furthermore, you didn't do the calling,
Exactly.
right? The Lord did the calling, and the Lord is doing the choosing.
Can.
So
Yeah.
how dare you, get a hand to come in at the ark and I try to bring in, a Eden, I try sneak in
Yeah.
a Eden behind you. No.
That's why in that time I know I seem to say the Lord closed the door.
Right, it was the Lord who closed the door.
It was no.
Right, and in the spiritual ark, it's the Lord who stamp at the door. Him choose who come in and come out. Right, and him and the one who will close the door.
Hey, that's the mentality of J Club the hustling, man.
Yeah,
If you say like if them get in, them can give Esau a little squeeze.
yeah.
See? And call it a little food for Esau.
Yeah, it
See?
don't work
It
like
don't
that.
work that way,
It
man.
don't work. Hey, the scripture say again, if the righteous scarcely be saved,
Go on, can I bring it up?
yeah man, go ahead.
Alright, this right, 4 and 17, I think.
First Peter 4:17.
1 Peter 4 verse 17 says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh.
Right?
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel
Gone.
of Yahweh?
Can. Hey, and that great judgment is being prepared. See? As the scripture says, a sword is being sharpened, man. See? A sword pursuing to what you see going on in the Middle East, and one of the perfect sword are sharp right now is the mass vaccination, see, where them want to come down with men, see, because hey, me see an article this morning where them say hospitals in a Texas, them are gonna make this thing mandatory. Them gonna make it mandatory, man. The people take it, man. See Jamaica just so them get them next dosage, see, to push for the people. See? So the sword is been sharpened, man. See? So the time of Jacob's trouble is at hand. See? The judgment of the Lord is at hand, man.
Right, yeah.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinners appear?
Can.
Hey, imagine, as we say, imagine the Eden, where the Lord don't have no part with. Right? Imagine them, where them are going to fall if the righteous
Seriously be saved, man.
be saved.
right.
I'm
in-
sure how it's serious now, even Ezra's. Right, even Ezra's at one point, I wonder if the Lord I go destroy the whole nation, yo.
That's why I say, woe is me.
Right, that's why I say, oh, it's me.
Can which part you ever see any prophet in the Bible big for another nation? Yo?
No. The prophet then beg for Israel, yo.
Can. Hey, and even when the Israel when I tell him I beg for them, the Lord say what? You love my creatures more than how you love me? Is it? The Lord have asked him that. You read my creatures more than me? Is it? Hey,
Continue. Alright, second is verse 9 again and verse 13. So, and therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be
Right.
saved, who the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Right.
And then said I, second, then answer I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish in this life, right?
Yeah.
Than of them which shall be saved, like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Right, so like it's a wave is greater than a drop, and you know, if you look behind you, you see the sea. You know, imagine that. Imagine a wave, you know, to a drop. A water the finger, yo.
gun.
Right, the Lord has never been with the majority, yo.
Right.
Right?
Just say, if the Lord has never left and it was a small remnant to
Right.
go crazy, no flesh wouldn't be saved.
Right. Right? It's all about that remnant, yo. Right? Because the majority of you people are go according to your lust.
Gun.
You know, a lot.
Yeah, it's always a few, brother. Always a few. Always a few.
And it was always a few righteous men
Right.
that can build back a society based on righteousness. And
Hey, and I mark you, you know. I mark you, because, you know, me think about the situation with Yahushua, right? And the people that kill him, right? And him words even now fall upon them head. Because if you go to a Christian church and you want to talk about it, they say, oh no, we don't ever do it. Right? But here we are again, speaking the word
exactly.
of Yahushua. And here they are again, hating us, abhorring us just to see him. And if given the chance, you know, would have put to death the same way, yo.
Right. So them say what, let this blood be upon us
Yes.
and our children. Them and for them children.
Right. You see him, son, them and them children.
And then children. So they get punished up to this day and they will never.
See that?
Go on, go on.
Alright, this is second Exodus 8 and verse 50 say, for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall in the earth, in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
That's one of the main things we're supposed to be doing now. See? Seek out the glory to who? See? Walk the walk over a walk, man.
Elect.
Think about each other, man. The elect.
Just to continue with a godly man.
Gun. The scripture basically says we do endure all things for the elect's sake, man. See? Hey, no at the time as men of the Lord and we out here and we are sincerely do this work, man. See? To each and every brothers, man. See? Hey, no at the time we've learned to start detach yourself. See? From the world, man. More and more. See? Put these people aside, man. As the scripture say, put away from the mortal thoughts and cast out the burdens of men. See? We're supposed to be in that spirit now. Seeing the things that happen on the earth, the signs and the wonders and all them things that we see that take place on the earth, man. See? We're supposed to be more fervent in the spirit. We're walking in the spirit more, man.
The spirit that you may not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Gun. Is right. Continue.
And this is second Exodus 16 and verse 40. Say, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evil, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Gun.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
And that's some very important thing you're supposed to have in your mind at this point in time as men of the Lord, man. See? You know, say, an investment you try, and whatever you do, if you have a bill, see? Any goods and services, you invest money in it. Just know, say, we reach a point in time where, hey, we're going to lose that, man. See? We're going to lose that. And lose it to the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, safe. See?
So them things are really so to better do it in the year that the brother would
Yeah, can.
invest
Yeah.
in
Invest in the brotherhood, man.
Yeah.
See? Do whatever you do to help out the brothers, man.
That's when I feel this is all we have, man. This is all we have.
Because of wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, wisdom and
Come.
Finish? I'm only done.
He said, and one of the main thing, man, one of the main thing of the scripture said, get thee ready for thy battle.
Exactly.
See? That's one of the main thing we're supposed to be out here doing, man. See? Bringing out the prophecies. See? Showing the people, man, because the Lord said, give them warning from my mouth. Preparing them for what's coming. Hey, not be like them pastors in them churches, man, or your politicians talking about prosperity is gonna come. See? Hey, like, you know, you have a leader and Joel basically telling the people them, but you take the stubborn job and you can get to go back to parties and all of that, man. So you're supposed to be telling people to gird up their lines, man. They gird up them lines and get ready for what's coming, man.
War and famine
Yeah.
in the air.
Because, hey, remember him come and talk about the bitter medicine? He be prepared for the bitter medicine and him lose the election by a landslide. So he come back with prosperity and win it by a landslide. See?
Go back to Jeremiah and say yeah, people love to hear they love to hear it so.
Hear it
Prophesy.
so.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Come on, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Prophesy
Yeah,
fast.
can. Yeah.
I say people love to hear lies. They don't want
Them like
anything will
it,
make
man.
them feel uncomfortable. Them rather if you not hear it. But even if at the end of it, you know what I mean, there's some rewards away upon them. They don't really want to hear it. They might think about it now. They don't want to feel uncomfortable in no way whatsoever.
She's right, man.
And the word, yeah, exactly. The word uncomfortable to them. I love one for a while still. So this is Second Ezra, Second Peter 2 and verse 4. It's for if God spare not the angels that sin, but cast them down into hell and deliver them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, right? A preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
And basically, you know, you're reading the precept. I know they might be read them in the churches and them things all the while, man. And talk about, and basically, them look upon the Lord as one like a simple man. See? Say the Lord is all loving. Hey, remember, man, the scripture tells the things that weren't for a fourth time, weren't for learning, man. Remember, these are the same God, the God of the Bible, will bring forth a flood and spare only 8 people. See? You remember his name. You how about Hashem or Shai? What the heathen them used to call him back then? Allah Shadia. Demon like power. Terrible demon like power, man. See? It's the same God. The same power up in the heaven sitting.
Yep.
And wait for bring judgment again, man.
Worse for judgment.
And judgment that's gonna come is by fire.
Because the
See?
Lord I change not.
Yeah.
So there's no anyway.
Good.
Verse 6 continuing, it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly.
Sodom and Gomorrah was an example to them who live ungodly. And we follow the ways of Sodom and Gomorrah right now to the T. America, according to Revelation 11 and verse 8, spiritually known as what? Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, so tell you, the war that rule it over the
Kings of the earth.
kings of the earth.
Good.
You know, it's America. Verse 7 says, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked.
Good.
For that righteous man delivered, righteous man dwelling among them, seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul day to day, from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
God, and basically, it's the same thing. The men who out here sighing and crying, man, night and day. See, putting up videos, man. See, the brother coming out, we're talking about what since as we start, we're talking about what the whole LGBT thing. See, the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. See, how them your kids be what gender to be. See, whether they want whether from 4-year-old up or whatever, man. See, all of them wickedness, man.
Verse 9 says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the God can out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
That is what's coming. Day of judgment is coming to punish the ungodly, man. See? Hey, so hey, we don't want to be on that side when that day come, man.
Can Lord's
So we
will.
have begged the Lord, go up and pray.
Yeah.
See? Lord's will. Hey, we get delivered, man. See? And all of the men out here, we are sigh and cry
Right across the world.
right across the world, man. See? Starting from the apostles coming on down, man. Hey, we are pray for mercy from the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yeshai
Make
upon
way.
all our head, man. See? That all will make it to the kingdom, man. See? Yeah. So with that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to all the Akimot. You're doing this work in all sincerity and in all truth. Shalom.
Shalom.